level of interest was, and the guy that's over the audit committee of the board, you know, he's on the phone and he goes, "It's a go. Let's go." And I mean, it was one of those where you go, "Okay, I mean, it's done." I mean, that was like one of those moments where you just went, "Oh my Lord!" But as we were presenting that to them, we were talking. They had a presentation for us that said, "Here's what the investment community said about Primerica," and these were the things they liked. Okay, and this is verbatim from the presentation. They liked the Warburg Pincus sponsorship, all the due diligence that had been done by the private investors. That we had a clean and conservative balance sheet, which, by the way, is pretty important in financial services these days, all this work. Okay? We had a clean and conservative balance sheet. We have a clear path to growth. We have a predictable and proven business model. That the IPO is a transformational event that will drive recruiting. That it's a truly unique distribution system within all of financial services, and that the company has a first-class, incredible management team. Now, how many companies could go through all the diligence we went through, and that's what they're saying about you? That's what they're saying about our business. See, I'm telling you, and so you look at it and you say, what makes it? Why is this model? Why is it? Because one of the it was actually amazing. Doing all those presentations, you'd get to the point where you knew what the questions were going to be. After about 100 of them, you knew what they were going to ask before they asked. And they would ask the same things over and over and over again. It was amazing. Okay? So you'd sit there and you'd weigh in, you know, okay, this is coming, that's coming, this is coming, that's coming. Okay, one of the questions that got asked every time is, this is such a compelling business model. It's such a compelling business. We love your story. Why? Number one, who's your biggest competitor? And why is no one else doing this? Why isn't there someone out there that just takes this and goes out and does this? I mean, those are the questions we got. So here's how I answer the first biggest competitor. I said, you know, in the S1 where you have to do all this disclosure, I said we actually had to sit around and think about putting down who our competitors were. Okay? I said, in all honesty, guys, we don't sit in board meetings and go, "Oh my God, did you see what State Farm is doing? What are we going to do now?" Okay? We never, ever do that. I said, I believe our biggest competitor is American Idol. And they started. One of the biggest things that's happened to us over the last, 15 years ago, there was no internet, there was no all these things people could sit around and act like they're doing something. Oh, what are you doing? No, I'm on Facebook friending people. Okay? I mean, God almighty, get a dang life. I'm sorry, I don't mean I'm probably use Facebook and all that, God bless you and all that. But there are so many things for people to do now instead of doing what they need to do. There's so many distractions. I said, American Idol's on Tuesday nights. That's the night we have the hot meetings. No telling how many recruits. We have I can go to that meeting, but they having the sing-off tonight. And I really like that one lady that's on there. I'm going to stay home. I said, that's our biggest competitor, is the noise of the world. But then I said, why has no one done what we do? And this is just cold, because you think about it, 33 years old, ground floor opportunity, refounded, with our whole infrastructure, our whole business, and there ain't nobody, you'll let some little bozo thing spring up and say, "Oh, they're just like," and they last about 2 years and then they're gone. Okay, it's never, and let me tell you what, because this is, and I'm going to talk to you just for a second about return on equity and stuff like that. If you look at an insurance organization, which is right now, the beauty of our business is because of the reinsurance transaction, we're going to have a very steep growth trajectory just by doing what we do. And then we grow on top of that, it's going to look incredibly good. Okay? But when you look at an insurance company, in the early years of life insurance, there are very low returns on life insurance policy. You go out 4 or 5 years, very high returns. Because that premium just keeps coming And it ain't like you pay it out of money. All you got to do is debit an account or whatever. But in the early years, 180-something% compensation, the new equity program on top of it, doing events like this, in the early years, there's very low returns. When Art and his team founded AOLs in 77, for 3 years, they bounced around. Any of you that read the book Coach, they bounced around because they were basically a general agency. And then when they found Pincor Financial and Stanley Buyer and Pincor put up $50 million to start the home office in Atlanta. Now that was in 1980. Now $50 million is probably $500 million today. Okay, now I don't care how good any of us are. You go down the street to XYZ Insurance Company and you say, look, we're going to set up Primerica. We've been to kick their butt. Okay? Now, if you'll take $250 million and set up the infrastructure that supports this for us and pays commissions and does this and processes business and does handhelds and does this and does that and communicates and does meetings and all that stuff, we're going to kick butt. They're going to look at you and they're going to laugh you out the room. Because the returns on that $200-something million investment for about 5 years will be about 4 to 6%. Anybody managing money has a 15% return threshold at this day and time. They ain't going to give you that money to do this. It was fate when Art and them found Stanley Buyer, and it set something up that 33 years later, there ain't nothing like it. There is nothing like it. And that's the reason, the power of refounding this company with that infrastructure, that there is no way anyone would make the decision if it wasn't already built to build it. To refound this with that is something we are built on a rock. We are something great. We're ground floor. We're just beginning to begin. But we're not starting out with a hope and a prayer. We're starting out built on a rock with a foundation of stone. We can go do something great. We have the power of purpose. One of the things that most hit me is when we go through these things. Because I don't care if you're moving $100 million, you buy on emotion. Never forget that. People justify the logic, they buy on emotion. And so I'd sit there and they'd talk about what we do, and I'd tell them the story of how 9/11, every plane, every tower, we had clients in. We paid $961 million in death claims. I'd tell the story over and over again of how the Mayor D at Windows on the World, where we had replaced a $50,000 Prudential policy with an $800,000 Primerica policy. He was an immigrant from Ecuador who was Mayor D at Windows on the World, had 7 children, 4 of them his, 3 of them his brother who had passed away, and had $800,000 coverage. Swapped out, he was the Mayor D in the evenings, swapped out for the breakfast shift that morning with a friend. And was killed in the tower. But not only did we pay $800,000, our RVP in New York spoke at his funeral. Okay, see, we're something great. We're something good. We're something special. And we're something worth fighting for. You know, with freedom now, we're going to have the opportunity to expand and do new products and new ideas. And our doors are getting beat off by people that want to talk to us about, things to do and stuff. And so let me just tell you our philosophy on that. Number one, it's got to be right for the client. It's got to be total. We are not going to sell crap to people just because they go, ooh, what a big distribution system. No city group anymore. We want to talk to y'all about selling our stuff. It's got to be right for the client. One of the things I'm totally proud of is to this day we're 100% term, 100% of the time. That we never sold any of those interest only and all those kind of mortgages that screwed everybody up. we believe